psycho killer.
Who do you work for?
Let's just say that I work for the blah, 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 and they gave me a license to blah.
Man, I thought Chow Yun-Fat was going to have like a twin brother, like in A Better Tomorrow in this, and it would be like, killers. It would be cool. We'd become flying through there in slow motion, and all these doves would be blowing apart.
Cyrus.
What the hell are you talking
Yes.
about, Cyrus?
Why would you ever compare a good movie to this? I mean, I know it's got the name Killers in it, but that has no bearing on what this movie is.
What are you talking about? It's about like a
Unless
professional...
it's killers of time, killers of brain cells,
It's about-
killers of taste.
It's about a professional killer, and it's Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
What? Get out of here. What?
Yeah, you know what?
Since when is he an action star? Has he ever been an action star?
No,
that's right.
And as far as I'm concerned, he still hasn't been.
But yeah, what you guys saw this. I didn't go see this piece of shit. I had to suffer through Marmaduke. So.
Hey, wait, you don't know that it's a piece of shit. You just said you didn't see
No,
it.
I know. I'm.
Now let me be the first to tell you that this movie's a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. See, like the robot Nostradamus.
It's basically, Cyrus, you called it with True Lies Light.
It is.
I mean, it's Ashton Kutcher. He's a hitman. Runs into Katherine Heigl, who's playing Katherine Heigl like she does in every one of these romantic comedies. She's all flustery and clumsy, but cute. And he's on his last hit, and they get married. And then from there, he feels no need to tell her about his past. I mean, why would you ask somebody you're marrying that you're going to stay with for the rest of your life about their past? That's just silly.
Because he has big pecs, and she's so shallow, that's all she really cares about. I mean, you've got the Katherine Heigl staying in Nice on a beautiful, wonderful vacation after a relationship, depressed with her parents.
Yes. Her parents, who are Captain O'Hara and Tom Selleck, who treat her, they treat her like she's 16 years old.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that boy just dumped you. You have to come with us, and your room has to be right next to ours.
Doesn't she realize her dad's Magnum PI? Why is she pissed off? I don't get that.
Well, she's not pissed off. She's too much of a wimp to be pissed off is the problem. She is a daddy's girl, which is partially because if the mustache says something, you do what the mustache says. And that I understand.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
That much I can respect.
That's one hell of a mustache.
And just so like
Magnum PI mustache.
What was the plot of this thing again? Oh yeah. So they're married, and suddenly there's a bounty on Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
On his character, $20 million to whoever can kill him first. And suddenly, all of their friends and neighbors turn out to be hitmen and are trying to kill him.
Oh.
Which would be cool if they were mildly threatening actors. But no, they're like third-tier comedians playing all these roles.
You got the woman who does the voice of the wife on Family Guy as one of the killers, and Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle, who's supposed to be like, has the big physical action fight with Ashton Kutcher, and you're like, really? I mean, the cameraman is shaking the camera like crazy to distract you from the fact that there's just no fucking way.
Now, it would have been way cooler if, like, they realized next door also lived Boba Fett and IG-88 and Bosk and those guys, like, just popped their heads out like the Three Stooges. Kind of here to collect the bounty on you, Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, nothing like that was ever going to happen.
That would have been a better movie. That's true.
Surprise! I'm back! You're hurting him!
Upstairs, on the bedside table, there's a Glock 45.
What?
It's a gun! Just go get it!
Why do you have a gun?
Just get it!
Okay. All right, I'm coming.
I gotta need you to hurry!
Okay.
Now, I need you to point the gun at him and shoot him.
What?
Don't do it! You're crazy! It's a psychotic break! Don't do it! Just shoot him, please! Are you crazy?
You told me to shoot him.
Yeah, I didn't think you were really gonna shoot. I was telling you as a diversion.
Well, then you should have waved or crossed your fingers or something.
Here's the thing. I mean, plot-wise, it could have worked. It just couldn't have worked with this cast.
Yeah.
You mean it could have worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger and James Cameron?
Sure. Could have worked with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
It's not like the worst script ever, but it's certainly not that great either. The problem is you're right. It's with those actors.
Yeah.
Because Katherine Heigl is annoying and whiny and needy. I mean, there's points where they're on the run for their lives. She understands that he is a spy protecting them from being killed, and she's having hissy fits. She's wandering off randomly in a snit. And the film wants you to take her side. Because here's the secret of the film Killers. It's a chick flick. And that sounds weird, but it is totally a chick flick.
I thought you were gonna tell me she has a penis.
Ashton Kutcher is totally passive.
No one in this movie has a penis.
Oh.
Except Tom Selleck.
Ashton Kutcher is totally passive. Ashton Kutcher has absolutely no balls. You're right, and it doesn't make any sense because Katherine Heigl is telling him what to do, even when it's a situation she knows nothing about, and the film wants you to take her side.
So she can take his balls, but she can't manage to use a gun in this movie, right?
Well, no, she eventually figures it out mysteriously.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason that had to happen is because it's her movie. I mean, you know what? I can put her down as being an actress who plays that same character that's kind of goofy and supposed to be a nerd chick or all the time. But the fact is, he is probably the worst actor in the world.
Oh
and
my
if she
God.
didn't drive that car, it wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to her to carry this because he's not doing anything.
No, he is charismaless.
Yeah.
Completely. He's just
Yeah.
a blank slate. Early on in the film, when he's just playing this confident super spy type of thing, where he hasn't been broken by whatever weird mental virus she carries that presumably has the effect to make him start bumbling like an idiot. I actually was like, okay, maybe he can carry this. He's got the physique for it, and he's not playing that goofy,
That
frat
guy
boy.
who's hawking camera phones.
Yeah.
Who's trying to get everybody to buy these cameras at art galleries and shit.
Yeah, but the moment they try and give him anything to do, suddenly you're like, yeah, you can't act. And we were saying, can you imagine if somebody like
George Clooney.
George Clooney was
George
in this
Clooney
role?
could have totally have
He
sold
could have
it.
sold this part completely.
So you're telling me he's not the cool, charismatic guy that he was and dude who stole my car? You're telling me?
Let me put it this way. There's this rule that there's no, with the exception of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, there's no movie with Keanu Reeves that wouldn't be better with a different actor. I'm here to say that Keanu Reeves can act circles around this guy.
Hey, I was about to say, dude, didn't you ever see River's Edge? He played a badass stoner.
But
in that
I'm
film.
saying like movies where Keanu Reeves sucked, he was
Yeah.
still better than
I
Ashton
believe
Kutcher
that.
is.
No, I believe that.
Because he's emoting nothing. There's nothing there. Even when he's supposed to be cool, I'm like, he's just kind of blank.
Yeah, and you can tell that he doesn't care at all about Katherine Heigl.
Yeah.
I would have thought he was gay because there's a scene where
True.
he's kissing her on her breasts, her almost exposed breast, which admittedly isn't such a bad scene.
They show that? I mean, do they show like?
Well, she's got this bra that's very revealing, but you don't actually see that. And he's kissing her on the tops of each one, and I was like, "This is good. You have me interested." But he just isn't really there.
No
you're
follow
like,
through.
You're like, there's nothing. You're like, why? You don't even like that, do you?
Yeah.
He's like, I know. Yeah.
You're like, look, give it to me.
I
You
love-
clearly don't know what to do with it.
I love kissing your nipples, but that's her ear, dude.
Well, with all the plastic surgery some of those actresses have, you see how we might have gotten confused where the nipples were.
Not Catherine. Say it isn't so.
I mean, the main thing about this movie is that with any movie you hate is that it is dull. I just could not stay awake in it.
Oh man.
I mean, just the whole setup. They couldn't have had less going on between these two people. Just no spark at all. Just one scene to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's just like, I can't do it. I cannot keep my eyes open. And then when they get to the action, you go like, all right, well this is where it's gonna come alive.
Yeah. Then no.
And not really.
Not at all.
No.
And top it off with the dumbest, nonsensical ending. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those ones, the twist, as it were. If you can't see coming just from the trailer, then you weren't paying attention at all.
Right.
It's
That would be me.
It's so self-evident. And then the way they explain it all away, you're like, but none of that makes any sense.
The only twist this movie could have is if it were a good movie. I mean,
Right.
Really, I mean, come on.
Well,
You're asking a little too much out of this film.
It's directed by Robert Luketic. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but that's it phonetically. Anyway.
Okay.
Don't worry, this is the last time you'll ever hear him.
Probably not, because they keep giving him stuff. And if this rings a bell, he's the guy who directed Katherine Heigl in The Ugly Truth.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Never heard of it.
Well, she is playing pretty much that same character.
Yeah,
he
she
should just
is.
gave it the same name. He should just do a series of movies with that character.
Yeah.
Hey, don't encourage him. You know, that's probably gonna
But
happen.
it would make him stand out in some way. It would give him something.
It makes you wonder, though, 'cause two movies in a row with guys who are, kind of beefy type guys.
Sure.
Who aren't really that great yet on the sort of standing up, having their own charisma thing. you know, is her agent just going, you can't put her with a guy actor who's going to outshine her in any way? Like, it seems like that's what they're doing.
I mean, you have to go in stages because you can't get the Jennifer Anistons or the Jennifer Lopez's right away. You got to start at the bottom with the Katherine Heigls. Now, if you notice, Gerard Butler started with Katherine Heigl, and he leapfrogged Jennifer Aniston right after that.
Yeah, that wasn't such a good idea.
I know.
His career is still going nowhere. I'm looking for 301.
Oh, just wait. I'm sure it'd be $2.99, I guess, probably. But
Yeah, I guess so.
there was a point, like, early on, I was like, this might be a rental. And that was probably the best thing I said about it while watching. I was like, you know, you never know. Once the action starts, it could be a rental.
You would get so much shit, dude.
And then the action started, and it's some old bullshit.
Yeah. I have to agree with you. I couldn't stay awake, and then when I did, I was sorry that I stayed awake for it. It's just a really dull movie with action scenes that don't do anything for you at all. And yeah, it's some old bullshit.
Yeah. Anytime you read any kind of news story saying, hey, the studio is really not pushing this at all,
right?
You know there's something wrong going with that. You know, it's like,
But, you know, the nerve of Lionsgate to come out, who had made this movie, to come out and say, we think it's great that we're offering an opportunity in this age of media where everyone communicates instantaneously for critics and regular people to see it at the same time, to communicate on the same level. And you're just like, wait, what? You couldn't possibly be serious. I mean, you had to know, even as your words are coming out of your mouth, that you're lying like crazy.
Well, guess what? We've all communicated. The consensus is it's shit.
Your legs.
Oh no, you are not getting off that.
Spread 'em.
Okay!